Hello, 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 and welcome to Autumn Willow's Doll Nursery. Today we're going to be talking about paperwork. How do you keep track of your baby's paperwork? And do all of your babies have paperwork? So it's important to me for all my babies to have paperwork, regardless of where they're from, even if I have to just write up their own paperwork, which I have done for a lot of them. So I've got my water here. We're staying hydrated. And find a place to sit that. Alright, so I'll show you the box. This is the box. It is a very large box. But this is where I keep everybody's paperwork. And I'll show you how I do this. I keep different blank birth certificates in here just to have on hand. And normally they would be in color, but we are out of colored ink at the moment. So the last ones that I printed off were in black and white. Now, some of the babies have their paperwork just kept in random folders, and Aubrey here is one of them. So I'll show you Aubrey. Aubrey was my first replica. So I have her a birth certificate here. She also came with a birth certificate from the company. She's from Terabithia on Amazon. So I have on here that she is manufactured, the name of the company. I always keep track of the date of the adoption and the homecoming. Now, obviously I don't have that information for dolls that I received when I was a child. I don't have dates for them or anything like that. But since I've gotten older, that is something I like keeping track of. So, she has these two here. I do weigh them and measure them. And you will get to see us doing that towards the end of this video. Now, an example here of let's see, the way I track different types of dolls. My Cabbage Patch dolls have this type of birth certificate. All of them do. Looks exactly like this. And they only have one middle name. I go by, for the date, the year, what their little birthmark says. So Rivka here was manufactured in 1987. And for the first part of the birthday, I just made it up. That's how it was done with the company. They just made up a day. So she got made up a day. And of course, I don't have any Cabbage Patch dolls that have their original birth certificates. That's why they have these. And I have a folder labeled Cabbage Patch. Now, obviously, the little twins, if you got to watch that, they came with these little tiny birth certificates. So I have those in here. And I didn't make them any other type of birth certificate. That was it. Now I will show you one of the, this is paperwork that I have on Felicity. Now Felicity is an authentic reborn. She came from Hecklen Who's Nursery, and she was sent this little birth certificate by the artist that I filled out. I also saved the little thank you card. Care instructions came on this sheet of paper. And she also came with a photo book from the artist. She's the first one I've ever got that came with that. And I'll show you a couple of her little pictures. So cute. Hopefully there's not a ton of glare on these, but Really cute. So I keep all of that in the little folder that she gave me. It's a little manila folder. Now, my very first reborn, let me find you what she came with. She actually came with a book, and she's the first reborn that I had ever purchased. The book is care instructions, and she came from Brazil, so the English is a little broken, but really, really well. You can understand everything. And it goes through 3 pages of care instructions. And then in the back, she gave me a birth certificate that has her signature on it. It's really nice, gold leaf all the way around the edges. And on the back of that folder, I have her COA. I did make her another birth certificate because this one had like the weight in the way they do it. I don't know. It was, I mean, for us it looks like 3,000 pounds, 3,000, almost 4,000 pounds. So I did her up a little birth certificate. With the dolls that have been painted, I also keep track of what they were painted with. That's important. In case you're doing maintenance, you're going to need to know what type of hair was used. Is it synthetic? Is it mohair? So you know how to take care of it. So I have that she was done with Genesis heat set paint. Of course, the day she was created, the day of the adoption, her homecoming, all of that is tracked on the back of the birth certificate. As far as photo books go, not all of my dolls have photo books, but I have made them. This one is one that Hava and Moshe share. And this, let's see if you can see that. That little picture was from the artist. That was on eBay. That was part of her listing. I made sure that I screenshotted that and was able to save it. And if you remember, Hava was dressed as a boy. She was coming as a boy. This is the first time, it's when I opened her, first time holding her, and I do have a hospital bracelet. I try to have hospital bracelets for all of my reborns. Then we have little Moshe, and these were some of the pictures from his artist. She was in Italy. My mom got me Moshe as a gift. How sweet was that? I hope you guys can see these. And the picture that you see there of me and Jeff, that was us opening him. Oh, sorry, this side. That was us opening him at my mom's, doing the box opening. So Moshe's paperwork all came in Italian, and my mom so lovingly and kindly translated all of that for me. He was delivered to, her neck of the woods, and she had to go pick him up from the post office, and she had him at her office that day. And so she went through and translated all the paperwork, had it written out for me and in English what it said, so that when I came to do the box opening, all of that was already taken care of. It was so sweet. I do have other photo books. Like I said, not everybody's going to have a photo book. This was Aubrey's. That was the day that I got her. I got her the day we were leaving for Sukkot camping trip. So, I have different cute pictures that I put in there. And the back of this photo book I have for Shiloh, and I already have one of his pictures with Aubrey in the photo book. So, I'm thinking about, because I do have a couple of photo books in here that haven't been used. And like this one I was thinking about using for the two Virginia Turner twins that I have, Tabitha and Effie. And this is really neat. I bought this off of, I think it was eBay. And it's a little photo book that has, it reminds me of a junk journal. But it's got different pockets and different places for you to put stuff. You can tuck things here and there. Really cute little book. So I'm thinking about using that for them. But everybody has a birth certificate in here. And that is how I keep track. All of their paperwork stays in this box, and this box is kept underneath of the bassinet. So everybody is tracked, all of their information. And what we'll do is we'll show you next how I'm able to do the weighing and the measuring in here, and make it fun, you know, make it more immersive and stuff. We tried to do it as realistic as we can, not being in an actual like hospital setting, but I do have a vintage baby scale, and we'll switch over to that.
Blooper reels.
I got a puppy! I don't know if you guys have seen Kinsley yet, but she is in here and she needed to be held, so I'm holding her. Okay, back to what we're trying to do. I'm going to see if she'll let me put her down. Okay, we have Teshuva here. I have him on, it is a vintage baby wear that I picked up at an antique store. It's a scale. And we're going to write down, I already have his length, but we're going to write down his weight. And it looks like he is 5 pounds, 3 ounces. So we're going to write that down. Okay. And he's already been measured. He's 19 inches long. He is a cuddle baby. And I went ahead and just weighed him in his clothes. We're going to move him out of the way because we have someone else to weigh. We're going to do Adam Jeffrey Todd. He is one of my childhood babies. And I know he's not going to be weighed anywhere realistically, because I've not modified him at all, but he is 1 pound, 7 ounces. So we're going to, wait, wrong, here we go. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and measure him while we have him up here. Start at the crown of the head, come down. He is 18 inches. Okay. All right, so that has us done in here. We're going to move on. All right. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And I would like to hear in the comments, how do you track your baby's paperwork, keep it all together? Do you do photo books? I have a project that's coming here in the near future where we are going to catalog every single doll in my collection, take a picture of them, and put them in one great big photo album. So stay tuned, that's going to be kind of part 2 to this video. Alright, thank you for joining us, and bye for now.